Good morning, it's Dr. J from the She Protects YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about an absolutely tragic event. It's the abduction and murder of a woman named Samantha. She made one very bad decision, and that decision cost her her life. As I've said in prior videos, it is wise to study the action of others so that we can learn from their mistakes. This could have happened to anybody, and by learning this, seeing what happened to Samantha, hopefully it won't happen to you. So if this is something that interests you, stick around because we're going to get into the details. Okay, so I'm going to set the scene here. Samantha is a woman in her early 20s. She's gone out on the town to have a good time with her friends, and it's about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. Somehow she has become separated from her friends, so they're out on the town eating, drinking, doing. She's become separated from her friends and she wants to go home. So she calls for an Uber, and Samantha never makes it home. So the scene is a busy one. Unlike in some abductions and murders where women find themselves in an isolated area, this is not that. There is actual video footage that shows that she was standing on a corner waiting for her Uber. There's lots of traffic around, lots of people around. Cars are circling, and unfortunately in those circling cars was a predator taking the opportunity, knowing that he might be able to pick somebody up. Unfortunately, Samantha was the one that was picked up. She got into his car, was not seen again alive. So the tragedy of this case is that Samantha made one very bad decision. She made a mistake. She simply thought that the car that she was getting into was her Uber, and it wasn't. It was a predator instead. And the sad part about this, I can't even imagine the terror that she must have felt when she realized that she had made that mistake. There were actually photos of her footprints up against the window of the back of the vehicle because she was trying to kick her way out to escape. This guy had turned and locked all the doors, so the child safety apparatus was set, so she couldn't get out that way. She couldn't get the windows down. She resorted to trying to take her feet and kick out a window, was unsuccessful in doing that, and he ended up doing terrible things to her, stabbed her multiple times, and dumped her body. This is a young, vibrant woman who had her entire life in front of her. It's an absolute tragedy. This was a story that captured headlines and really had an impact. It certainly impacted me. It's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. As you know, I've said in the past that it's wise to study other people's actions, study the actions of the predator, but also study the actions of the victim so that we can learn from it, all of us, regardless of our experience level. We can learn from it, and hopefully that will not be you in the future. If something comes up where you're in a situation, maybe you'll think about this, it'll resonate with you, and you'll take precautions to make sure you don't end up in this situation. I'm aware that they're trying to legislate, create into law, certain safety measures after Samantha's tragedy happened and the worldwide impact that it had, at least domestically. So that's a good thing that this has caught the attention of lawmakers, and we'll see what comes from that. But in the meantime, my message is the same for a woman who is traveling solo or single. I think that it is the equivalent of hitchhiking. You might as well be sticking your thumb out. The bottom line is this: you're taking a ride with a person that is a stranger that you don't know. So if you're traveling in groups, that's one thing. And I think these are great services, the Ubers and the Lyfts and the ride shares. But as a solo female, I absolutely wouldn't do it. We'll see what they legislate. I know that there's a lot of consideration for maybe a sticker that goes on the car and you have to scan so it'll verify that, yes, this is your ride. They're considering things like, before you get in, have the driver say your name so that you can try and verify that this is your ride. But I know predators, and they can be one step ahead on the technology. They could take the information from your phone and find out who you are. So I don't know how they're going to stop those types of things from happening. I don't know what kind of safety mechanisms are actually going to be put into law. Hopefully, I'm just glad that there is attention being brought to this so that hopefully this doesn't happen to other women. But in the meantime, my message remains the same as I've mentioned in other videos. As a solo female, I would not take an Uber, a Lyft, or a rideshare. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next video.